Time is a construct. What some people call 5 p.m., others call 6, and others call it 4 p.m., just the same as those who call it 7 p.m. are the same as those who call it 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. It's all relative. Did we have a time? Is there a time?
Is there several?
Was there a designated time for the show? Maybe. Maybe not. But here we are anyway. Among the cosmos. How extraordinary they are. Hey everybody, it's me, Carl Weathers. This is the Carl Weathers Predator Weather Report featuring the Action Jackson AccuPredator radar weather forecast. And comments. Comments galore. How about those comments, eh? Let's see if we can get those comments. Okay. I would like to also introduce Cardi B. How you doing out there? It's gonna rain. It's not gonna rain. Go to me for the trusted weather report. Why are you trusted and I'm not? Never mind that. Cardi B, I have a question for you. What question you have? What is your experience telling the weather? Way more than you. All your name is Weathers. That's the only reason why you even do the weather reports, because your name is Weathers. That's your only qualification. Fair enough. I don't know anything about the weather. My name is Weathers. But I was in a movie. A movie that was called Chance of Showers with Mark Wahlberg. Or was I? It doesn't rain in California. That's correct. This is the Carl Weathers Predator Weather Report featuring the Action Jackson AccuPredator Weather Radar Forecast. And Cardi B. Oh, oh my god. I can't believe anybody's watching this show. Oh man. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Doesn't matter. Every single time I watch this show, it's terrible. I can't believe it's still on. I mean, I guess there's no stopping him. I mean, I guess he's just gonna do it anyway. Okay. I mean, I think North Korea wanted you to stop entirely. North Korea sent out a video stating that they would nuke this show if it continued. And Aristotle Full Throttle continues with the show. There's no stopping him. I don't understand. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Aristotle Full Throttle Show. This is me, Aristotle Full Throttle. I'm on an island. I'm no longer on a long island, but I'm on an island. We've seemed to successfully chase everyone out of the room. I think it's great that everybody shows up for at least the first 30 seconds, and then when I start talking, everybody leaves. It's fine. It doesn't affect me at all. How are you, Veronica? I wonder why that is. I'm doing something. I must be doing something totally right. Totally righteous. Well, everybody, it's Monday. It's the Mondays. What do you got going on? What's your post-pandemic plans? What do you have going on today? I decided to go on an hour early because I basically have a lot to do. I have so many things to do that I decided I would do them after the show today instead of before, because otherwise I would have been waiting around to do them until after the show. So I started the show early so we get a full 2 hours. I wanted to talk about Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was, apparently I learned this today from none other than our local spoiler extraordinaire. Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision. Hey! Welcome to the Aristotle Full Throttle program. There's not much to it. It's just me, and we talk about movies and TV shows and fun stuff. And we geek out. Getting the kids ready for bed. Why are they going to bed at 4 o'clock? Oh, because it's different time zones. That's okay. How are things back east? How are things? How's life? Me and Grogu have been just hanging out. So Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision. We got cheated of Doctor Strange's presence. Thunderstorms. I'm playing the song you're listening to very faintly in the background. Because, you know, thunderstorms. Oh, I remember thunderstorms. One of my favorite moments to point out in a movie that I watched recently, the movie 42 starring Chadman Boswick. That movie, starring the late, great Black Panther himself. By the way, did you guys see the preview for what's coming for Marvel? There's Wakanda Forever is going to be Black Panther 2. I'm excited for that. I'm excited. Wakanda Forever. That's the name of Black Panther 2. So, when I was watching the movie 42 with Chasmin Boswick, I was watching that movie, and there's a scene. It's very dramatic. It plays very dramatic. He plays Jackie Robinson, number 42, first black player in the Major League Baseballs, like 60, 70, 80 years ago. So he's playing the character, right? And there's a very, very dramatic scene where he's running outside in the rain and the thunder and the lightning, and there's thunder and there's lightning and there's rain. And then he goes to pick up the phone. He runs inside and he's living, and it's supposed to be Pasadena. It's supposed to be Pasadena, California. Pasadena, Los Angeles County, I think. And I was like, you just took me right out the movie, because there's thunder and rain and lightning. And that doesn't happen often here. And if it does happen, it's for like 30 seconds. The other day, for instance, someone came to pick something up in the rain, and I said, oh, don't take it now, it's raining. And then I was like, oh, it's only going to rain for 6.5 minutes. It's California. It only rains for 6.5 minutes. Hey, everybody. That's true. I am an actual weather man. My name is Weathers. I'm a weathers man. It rains in California for 6.5 minutes. When it rains, it pours. And when it pours, it rains and pours for 6.5 minutes. Uh-oh. We've got a coronavirus LA City Vax alert. Public safety alert. City of Los Angeles alert. LA City is now offering a COVID-19 vaccine without an appointment for any LA County residents age 16 and up. Vaccines are free, no health insurance is needed. That turns out there's a vaccine place right across the street from Aristotle Full Throttle. You can look out the window and see it. It's gonna rain for 6.5 minutes. It's true. It only rains for 6.5 minutes here. Today was a weird day. I had like a long day, but it was a short day. I had an audition. You're awake, but not for long. Howdy. All right, well, you get your intro. Nonetheless. Shocked a monkey. All right, well, there you go, Tatiana. There you get your intro. Everybody gets an intro here at Aristotle Full Throttle, and every Monday there's a new intro or a revamped intro. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see whose it is today, who got revamped. So I was sitting there. I could see there's a line outside. Line of people outside trying to get their vaccinations. Trying to get their clean vaccine with no caffeine. Well, you could play this. This is the song. It's very faint. It's very faint. And that's how you play that song, and then I'll just keep going. I'll just keep playing the songs. Did you guys hear that Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision? Can you believe it? But Doctor Strange didn't show up. They were also supposed to film a whole other sequence with Spectrum, but they didn't. But they filmed it. They just didn't cut it. They didn't show it. They cut it for time. And it didn't make much sense. They couldn't do the special effects good, they said. We'll just play like this. This is entertaining for somebody. Oh yeah, and it goes like this. Oh, this part's cool. What are you guys doing? What are you up to? What is going on? How are you? How are you, Grogu? I'm just kind of hanging out here. I figure maybe I'll try a little bit earlier today, because usually I go on at 5 and there's no one here, but I figured if I go on at 4 and there's nobody here, that's just as good. Tomorrow, my guest will be Michael Paul. He is a pumpkin. He's a pumpkin. He's a puppeteer. He also does acting and comedy. So we're going to go watch him tomorrow. Be here. We're going to talk to him. He's a puppeteer, like a professional. If you have the stomach to watch a Kevin Spacey movie, a short called The Ventriloquist, Michael does the ventriloquist puppet action. I'm not able to talk today. That's fine. You know, it's Monday. Mondays are loosey-goosey. We also like to shoot each other in the face on Mondays. But I don't have any games up yet because there's nobody here that wants to play. If anybody here wants to play a game, I've got Stick Fight. We can play Stick Fight. That's always fun. And yes, eventually everybody will get their own. We'll get their own intro.
Is there several?
Yeah.
Is there several? It's a trap.
It's a trap. I mean, I guess I could play all kinds of things. You know, I was excited because I'm like, I really want to get a really stupid big TV for a few $100. I want to get a gigantic television set for just like a few $100 because you can get them now. We have the technology. Since Marty McFly went back to the future in 2015, he found out that you can make a gigantic TV, holographic TV with a JAWS that still looks fake. And it's only like $300 and you could get one. So I was excited that people keep telling me that the commercial keeps airing. So that's good because I'm like, oh, if the commercial keeps airing, that means I will keep getting money. Apparently. That's how it works. You get residuals that way. I'm excited. So I'm excited to invest that money in a gigantic stupid TV. All of it. Every last red cent of it, so to speak. All right.
All I do is win, no matter what.
I understood that reference.
Yes. Well, guys, did you watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier the other day? Did anybody watch that? The series finale. There might be a season 2. Did you guys like the Flag Smashers? What did you think of the Flag Smashers? I thought they had a dumb name, except if they were a punk rock group. If they were a punk rock band, then their name is okay. But if they were a real organization that was trying to smash real flags, not a fan. Don't think it's the greatest choice. Not the best look. You know. But oh wow, yeah, I got to turn that down. You got your emails. I had an audition today. I had to play. It was for Progressive, which is funny, because Progressive got Flow, and I was like, maybe I could be in this commercial with Flow. That'd be funny. I have a friend who's actually a very famous spokesperson for a very famous brand, and I think it's pretty funny. We should all form a club. Oh, I have a chat message. Unread chat message. Disconnected. What? Well, let's play a game maybe. Maybe I'll just play some games. Why not, right? Gang beats. What the box? I can't play What the Box or Flashback? Well, that's dumb. Oh, I could play Rocksmith. I'd like to play Rocksmith. This song is fun. Big choruses. Hey, it's Monday. All right. All right. Well, I will figure something out here. Let's try this. Gaming. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's play some games. Let's play some Streets of Rage. Install. I've got to install it. Well, while I'm installing it. Really? Maybe I'll just play Stick Fight. Yeah, there we go. All right. Here comes the music. What about it? How about this? There we go. Very exciting. Let's do that. Oh yeah, that's Basie. That's Count Basie. Yeah. Maybe 5%. That seems about right. If you want to join in, you could join in. I'm just gonna shoot things and blow things up. I need to turn my controller on. It's a very exciting day. What are your post-pandemic plans? Oh yeah? That's fun. I think my ride's here. I want to start my controller. I would like my controller to be controlling things. There I go. There I go, there I go again. I could kick these people. I would like to kick their faces. Alright. Yes, so much fun. This is not fun if they don't do anything. Alright, I'm going to push that person off the side, and I would like to shoot this person in the face. That was fun. Except, it's not fun if you can't play anybody. Uh-oh. Play. It's the talk. Oh, Amsterdam. Amsterdam is fun. Hey Wesley. We've got to play your intro now. Yeah, we're early today. Uh-oh. This old intro.
Wesley.
Corn pop was a bad dude.
That's good. It is a very, it's a very complex intro. Wesley, come and play if you like. There's only one player. How can I play online? Oh, I could just run out the door. One of two online. Sit down. Yes, that is Wesley's intro. If you watch the show, you will eventually get an intro of your own. Isn't that fun? I will shoot this guy. This guy's blue. I will shoot him. Why so blue, yo? Uh-oh. You could do anything writing essay but having fun. Oh, well, you know, you gotta write essays. Essays! Uh-oh, that guy just picked up a spear, didn't even know. Look, he's gonna walk himself off the edge. Goodbye! Goodbye. That was hilarious. Yeah, essays are good, you know. It teaches you how to put your thoughts in a concise thing. Just like that. To take note of an anecdote, to write an essay, a personal essay that is an art form of its own. What is the essay about? What are you writing an essay about? Because essays were fun for me because you could just make stuff up. You know? You're like, hey, this was fun. I'm shooting nobody. How come I'm not playing a game online? Game options. Main menu. Oh, there we go. No, go in here. I didn't mean to do that. I see. Watch this. No! That's the wrong button. I pressed it. Alright. Oh, son of a... I'd like to jump inside the quick match. Well, this isn't working. Try that again. This game is sometimes infuriating. Yeah, I'm inside the quick match box. Like for it to load. A quick match, please. Oh, I went up into the sky. Here we go. Now we're fighting. I won somehow. No, I didn't. I'm the blue guy. Someone is loading. Look at this. Oh, wow, this is some game, isn't it? How about that? Oh, I just went into the black hole. That's where I like to live. I like to live inside the black hole where everything dies. Even light goes to die. It's like my soul. Uh-oh. Main menu. The black hole ate the game. Go up into the sky, young bucks. I have 115 followers on Twitch. That's crazy. Thank you for following me. I seem to have died. Alright. The game is very loud, isn't it? Uh-oh. Did I just get farted? Nice one! I got you! Got him! I played dead. I played dumb. I played... dead and dumb. Uh-oh, maybe if I... Oh, you see that? If you die last, that also counts. Oh, the blue died last. No! What? He did nothing! He did nothing! I'm red. Watch out. Fall down the hole. There you go. Fight. Let them fight. That's what they said in the movie. They said.
Do you want to go to war? Because we could go to war. I'm for real.
Yes. Alright, well, you know, playing games. They could not. Forget that there's a block. Yeah, you're gone now. You're gone? Go away forever. So I've got to do 2 voiceovers. One tonight, by the way, is for Transformers. So I've got to do my best Star Scream. But he's always like this. I can't quite do it. I'll have to put on a voice. I'll have to listen to old Star Screams. Yeah, give me this. Victorious. Handman Man. Well, where did they go? They disappeared. Dead. Good game, though. Good game. Sorry to taunt you like this, Wesley. Oh! Green had the gun.
Is this the Aristotle Show?
Is there several?
Hello!
Hello, Ricky. What are you talking about?
Oh, Ricky, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Ricky!
Hey, Ricky!
Hey, Ricky!
Hey, Ricky!
Hey, Ricky! Guess what I'm playing?
Hey! Bada bing!
How you doing?
I play some stick fights.
I died. How was your weekend?
Oh. It was good. I got my second dose there of the Pfizer vaccine. Pfizer gang rise up.
Second dose, same as the first. That's what they say, right?
I do not recommend getting a fourth dose.
No.
But yes.
No. Yeah, you know, I just keep getting dosed. I just keep going back for more doses. I was like, you got any more of them doses?
I saw this funny TikTok of a guy. It's like, sir, we got a guy out here who's on his fourth dose of the vaccine. He's like, why'd you let him in? And he's like, he has like superpowers and he's like force choking people and grabbing it. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Don't do it, you guys. Did
I
you
have
get
not.
that alert like
I
15
did.
minutes ago?
I did. There's actually a vaccination place right across the street from me. Directly, like there's a line forming. I could
Oh,
see.
I hate you.
Usually, yeah. I was thinking
really?
of just getting an extra dose. I was like, why not get some more dose?
Go in there with the shirt that says "Dosey Do."
Get me dosed up. Dose number dose, please. Yeah. So you got second dose. Did you get sick?
I did, and honestly, I did not. I
Nothing
felt
happened.
great. My arm was sore. It was like, ooh, I got like a bicep like The Rock. Like, it's not visibly. It just felt so heavy and huge.
Right.
It's gone now, so I am mortal.
You've become
but yeah,
mortal.
didn't get sick.
You didn't get any Black Adam powers. No.
I didn't get my, what do they call the tattoo in Mortal Kombat?
Shazam.
I don't know what that thing was. That like the dragon symbol. I didn't get one. Yeah.
That's what the one they called it.
My experts
I didn't get
tell
no
me
snakes.
it's a pyramid.
That's the one. But you didn't feel sick at all. See, a lot of people. Here's the
No.
thing. I wonder. Here's the thing. I think. Look, I'm not going to discount people who feel sick, because that's true. They're feeling sick for this. But there's some people I
Yeah.
think that make a production about anything medical, so that when they go, let it be known, I am going to get my second dose, and I will tell you how horrible I feel for the next 24 hours. Like, I feel like they're just
Yeah.
sort of, there's an announcement being made, so they could sort of be like, I am also feeling like I need to sleep for maybe 10 hours tonight. and you know, I don't know if it's
I was tired Saturday. I will say that. There was for like 4 hours. It was like if I even blinked a little bit too slow, I was nodding off. But
Yeah.
no like sick stuff.
right. Yeah, you didn't get like headaches. What's up, Cosmo McBuds? Yeah, well that's I'm glad. I'm glad you.
I was telling
felt
my
okay.
cousin. I was telling my cousin, and he was like, because I don't want to make like generalizations or anything, and also hashtag not a doctor, but my general consensus among my friends has been, if you're female, you've been mostly fine. If you're a guy, you've had it a lot harder, and if you're a guy who had COVID, it really hits you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like, I was asking him, it's like, yeah, it's been sort of the same for me. Like, all of my female friends have been fine, and all the guys have been like knocked out like I was. And I was like, it must be my feminine side. I'm heavy in that vitamin Cardi B, you know?
Cardi B,
My antibodies say,
vitamin.
"Oh,
What was that? I like that. Oh, I got a lot of vitamin. Coronavirus. Watch out for that coronavirus. Well, I'm glad that we're making steps toward eliminating this scourge upon humanity, and that we're all, now that we've got the alert that you can just walk up and get a vaccine, please do not hesitate to get your vaccine, ladies and gentlemen, and children above 16. Exactly. It's important.
and getting
It's
vaccinated is half the battle.
And knowing is half the battle.
Exactly. Yeah. Are you on Steam? Are you... Here, I'm inviting you to the lobby.
Am I on Steam? That would be a surprise to me.
I did not see you on Steam, but
Here's the thing. I may or may not be rotoing Lois Lane right now.
well, that's... Listen,
Stop.
that's
What am I
just
doing?
work. That's just gainful
It's
employment.
just- who cares about gainful employment, you know?
Nobody wants to hear about the work. They want to
No.
see the play.
It's all about the stonks.
It's all about stonks. Do you see Dogecoin? Have you been watching Dogecoin?
I don't. I watch people watch Dogecoin.
It's performing. It's quite performative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people they're into it. They like the Dogecoin. I like the Dogecoin. I bought a bunch of Dogecoin when it was 0.2 cents. It was eighth of a cent. I bought a bunch, and now I'm like, there's a lot more Dogecoin there. That's if I sell it, but if I hold it and it goes back down to zero, I've made nothing. I get nothing.
Yeah. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
Exactly.
I said good day.
So you're rotoing Superman
am.
and Lois. What it needs to
Little
be
bit of
rotoed?
hair action.
Yeah, is
You
it
know,
flying
she's
about?
just like spoilers, but she whips her head around and her hair. Looks great, but
It's very similar to Willow Smith. She whips her hair back and forth.
whips her hair back and forth. She whips it real good.
Veronica Forte says 14 days post-vaccination, dose 2. I was seriously sick for 4 hours post. I was dizzy, nauseous, not walking easily, but by the morning I was fine. People were surprised. I worked 2 13-hour days back to back after getting it in the afternoon. It was like last Tuesday afternoon, and everybody was like, "Oh, the next day it's going to hit you. It's going to hit you." And then I slept. I worked all day, and I was like waiting for it to hit me because I was waiting for it to be bad because I was like, "Oh man." Well, I was originally supposed to get it last Thursday, say, and then it got rescheduled. Actually, it was supposed to be Wednesday, and then I got work, so I rescheduled it for the day after I had a day of work, which I figured I'd need because I would need to recover. But then they scheduled it for Tuesday because they said, "We don't got enough to last us till Thursday. You got to come in Tuesday for your second dose." And then I did, and I was like stressed out because I was like, "Uh-oh, well, I got to work the next day. Hopefully I'll just bite the bullet." And turns out I was totally fine. I had a little bit of a headache right after, and I said, "No." And then it went away. But that was about it. I feel like I could have attributed any soreness or tiredness to it, but I didn't. I chose not to. But I don't know. People have different reactions to different things. It's a true fact of life. I don't want to make it sound like I'm making fun of people for getting sick. No, you know what it is? This is the thing. I feel like there are people who've legitimately suffered from this disease so horribly and died even, that when people are making a big deal about feeling a headache for 4 hours, no, I'm not discounting your pain. Your pain is real. I'm just saying that I am willing personally to feel sick for a day to help this thing go away. And I'm not.
Yeah.
I personally will not advertise that. But I was worried though. I was worried I was going to be sick, but I wasn't. There's nobody in this game. So.
What is this other person you're looking at?
There's nothing. There's nobody. Yeah, they weren't
The green
moving.
guy.
They weren't moving at all.
It's all Cosmo McBud's fault. Think about it.
Yeah, Cosmo McBuds comes in here with the rainbow hearts, making everything happy.
Cosmo,
and
how
cheerful.
dare you?
And lovely, just perfectly lovely and beautiful with these beautiful hearts that you've given us. My theory
Take
is
your
that
inclusivity and get out of here.
yeah, it's opposite Monday. Veronica Forte says.
What'd she say?
I said good day.
She said, "My theory is that people that did well lead healthy lifestyles. I could be incredibly wrong, but I just think if you have a strong immune system, you can handle the vaccination. But that is just my theory because I got over it really quickly compared to everyone else I know." Virtual hugs.
And look, I vibe with this theory, but I also think the virus has just been so unpredictable. Lots of healthy people died from it.
Yep.
They're talking about it now. It's like it's starting to hit young people harder. Like wasn't necessarily expected before, but now because everything's taken a bit longer, it's changing. The virus is changing, and we need to stop it now while the conditions are relatively known. It's just we can't let it get out of here.
That's exactly it. We've got to get on top of it while it is the virus that we're battling, because it's mutating.
Yeah. While it is marginally predictable.
Yeah.
Shocking to know that California is #1 in the nation. Like, we went from worst to best, but
yeah,
good on us, I guess.
Yeah, how did that happen? So we went from worst, meaning like we had the most cases per day and everything, to having the most vaccinated people. Is that?
I think we sort of, everyone sort of opened up again, or started to roll out opening up again around the same time, but I feel like we started to unroll out a little bit sooner, and that saved us a bit.
Right. Yeah. That's good.
That was just enough.
Yeah, I was freaking out a little bit because like 2 weeks ago I was just driving down Hyperion and there was just so many people out. It was like a regular Friday night and I was just like, I was getting like a cold sweat. I was freaking out. I'm like, why is it so important? Why?
When outdoor dining became a thing, and like, you know, I drive down by where I am, you go down Ventura Boulevard and those bars are packed outside, it's like,
yeah,
I don't think y'all get it. You
No.
can't be packed outside. That's not any better than being packed inside. But glad it didn't seem to really affect much.
Hopefully not. Yeah, I did see.
Hopefully.
About 6 months ago, or 8 months ago even, I was watching this social distancing type of hanging out situation, which I thought was actually pretty inventive and inclusive and smart, where these people were walking around inside these like giant donuts with wheels that were 3 feet in diameter at least. So everybody was at least 6 feet apart because they were walking around these bumper, like giant human-sized, like adult human-sized walkers. Not little baby walkers, but like human walkers. And they had like, they could put their beer down on the shelf of their walker and then walk around, and they could not get closer than 6 feet to the next person. And I was like, that seems inventive and smart, because when you tell people to, quote, socially distance outside, they don't. They don't. They really don't. If we've learned anything from watching humans this last year, it's like, even on set, when I'm taking a cast photo, they're saying, hey, should we take one without our mask? And I'm saying, if you are comfortable with that, I am not going to ask you to take your mask off. Like, that's literally every single time someone's like, can we pull our mask down? And I'm like, if you're comfortable with that, I am not going to ask you to do that, because it's just so silly. And then they're all like shoulder to shoulder, arms around each other, and then you hear the AD saying social distance, and they're like looking around and everybody's shoulder to shoulder. You're like, we're not people
the not requiring a vaccination for return to work or sets is a fascinating one, and I think I think it's gonna change. I don't think that's gonna stick in like September.
Like, you'll need a vaccination to attend work, you think?
Yup, I think so.
I just got the add to my Apple Wallet vaccination card now, because tomorrow will be 2 weeks since my second dose. So today is like the last day of making them proteins in my body that will make me sufficiently protected from encountering this virus, this particular virus. But yeah, that would be interesting to be able to show proof of vaccination.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next big controversial thing. It's people being like, I don't have to show my papers, which I get. This isn't. I understand you're afraid this is Nazi Germany, but also don't compare the two. It's not. I mean,
I remember hearing stuff like, if you wanted to go to certain countries, you needed certain vaccines. Even like a few years ago, I had friends that visited different continents, and they were like, well, we need to get these 2 vaccines 2 weeks before we go. And that's just normal. So suddenly, because it's a crazy global pandemic that's actually affecting everybody, now suddenly people don't want. I don't know.
Just like, don't come at me with the nanobots microchip thing. Just like, you truly give some of the dumbest people on Earth way too much credit. You really think this is out there?
Seems like a lot of there's a lot of people with conspiracy theories, and my conspiracy theory about conspiracy theories is people just want random things to all fit nicely into one story, and most things are just random events. A lot of things are just random events.
Nothing against people and what you believe, but like, this is religion, you know?
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories and religion are not so far apart. It's like you're trying to make sense of things, and we get that, but also, hey, look at science. Hey, look at us.
Science is pretty good. We've been doing the vaccine thing for a few hundred years now, which is, I think, news to some people. But it's pretty interesting.
Polio.
Yes, exactly. That's the science. Jonas Salk, man. You cannot patent the sun. It's for real. Try. Yes, Monsanto will try, though. Monsanto will say, how about that sun, though? Can we get a patent on the sun? I really hope vaccinations is mandated in most places. I don't understand the theory. Well, if you are vaccinated, why are you afraid of people not getting vaccinated? Such as a flawed. This is such a flawed response. Well, if you are vaccinated, why are you afraid of people not getting vaccinated? Because of the greater population. Because the people who are most vulnerable, who aren't vaccinated, are going to get it from those people who aren't vaccinated. Or,
for instance, anyone under 16 in the world right now.
Yeah.
This is just one small example of a subset of group of people who are unable to be protected by it right now. Past that, there's like, as we're seeing in India, the social economic discrepancies and like who can get the vaccination. Like, the countries with the most money right now have the most vaccinated. Like us, like we're doing relatively good, and it's like, I mean, we've only just sort of started as a country sending support to India for what they're going through, but like, it's so important to think about other people. It's just like, I don't know why this isn't a basic instinct.
It does really seem like the most fundamental human trait is to organize and protect the community. Like that. Yeah. When people say survival of the fittest or something like that, they don't take into account people who who develop ailments and then are thusly taken care of by the group, which is also a human trait. It's not just quote survival of the fittest.
A depressingly realistic state of affairs in the Marvel movies is just that nothing gets solved unless there's just its worst case scenario. Like Falcon doing his whole speech, you know, we finally have a common cause, all of us.
I understood that reference.
Does that? I feel like this is that, and yet it's not enough. What is it gonna take? I don't.
Yeah. Well, you know, you would
truly
think
need an asteroid.
We really do, but then I think it would be even worse. I think there would be more chaos. People would just say, "Oh, well, asteroid's going to destroy the planet anyway. Might as well do whatever we want now." Yeah. So, I think.
Great movie.
I'm glad you brought up Marvel because Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision apparently the last episode of WandaVision.
Word?
Well, that's what I heard from a little birdie today.
Did you see that Marvel video?
I did. I posted it in the trailers on the Discord. Wow. Well, it looks like we're in store for some fun stuff. Some diversity.
For next year, this does not include the Disney Plus shows. Wow.
It's incredible. So many things. We've got the Eternals. We've got Wakanda Forever. I'm excited. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. I got choked up when I saw that. I said, yeah.
Yes.
Wakanda Forever. That's one of my favorite moments in all of movies, probably. But my 3 favorite moments in Infinity War. Number 1, when Captain America catches the spear, because you just see his silhouette, and then the alien throws just. He catches the spear, and you're like, oh no, this ain't gonna fly with Captain America. He shows up, protects the Vision and Wanda, which was amazing. He and Black Widow and Falcon. Also, second, I don't know, these are all in contention for first place. When Thor shows up after taking the full force of a dying star, creates a new weapon called Stormbreaker, and can control the Bifrost, appears and says, "Bring me Thanos." He just knocks everybody out. Says, that's one of the most amazing. Also, in that same movie, you've got that moment where Black Panther gets his army all ready and says, "Wakanda forever." There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It's amazing.
Truly. Now, what are your 3 least favorite moments?
Probably the part with Peter Dinklage trying to do an accent. I can't quite tell his accent is. And he's like,
"Yes, that's what death means."
It's like he was trying to be. I feel like he had like one day of shooting. He's an A-lister. He shows up on his one day, and he's like, "What am I supposed to be? An alien dwarf? Giant dwarf? Okay, let's just do this."
Yeah.
And there's a lot of actors I see that kind of do that sometimes, and I think it's up to the director at that time to really kind of know how to mold the performance. But sometimes,
I mean, you can only introduce so many new people in an Infinity War or an Endgame. And like, it's Marvel, so like, why not? We'll throw money. Like, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah, we don't know when we'll use her, but like, eventually this will come up.
Yeah, she's great.
George St. Pierre, sure.
What I was excited about Julia Louis-Dreyfus was she has got for reals like RDJ levels of charisma, where when she shows up, everything just immediately gets better. You're just like, oh, this just went up in quality tenfold.
Yeah.
That's how I feel for instance, when I'm watching Infinity War or any ensemble that features Iron Man, RDJ. As soon as he shows up, it gets better. Watch Infinity War, and it's good. It's a good intro, but the movie just gets better when it's him talking with Doctor Strange and everything. It's just so it's good. It's great. And Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. My
Earth
God.
is closed today. It's good stuff.
He calls the man Squidward.
Squidward.
Incredible.
Hey Jen, sorry, I just went early today. I was like, I had so many things to do today, including 2 voiceover auditions I'm going to do after, so I decided to go ahead and do the show sooner than later instead of sort of rush the voiceovers and then try to be ready by 5. I figured I'd start at 4. Why not? We're just getting our work done here. As you can see, I'm diligently playing Stick Fight while Ricky actually does work.
Oh dear.
I did my taxes. I did my taxes today.
Oh God.
My tax attorney.
I still haven't.
You got 2 weeks. Almost.
I feel like I have no time. Okay. Do you like your tax attorney?
Yeah, I could give you their number.
Okay.
Yeah. And
last year was a complicated year for me, so it's just like I don't think I can do mine this year.
No, that was the thing. Mine, thankfully, because I've been going to this guy for about 5 years now, 6 years, like, it doesn't change much because my address is the same, everything's the same. And then last year I made 0 money, basically. He's like, yeah. So he's like, I'm only going to charge you XYZ. So he didn't charge me much. And I owe a little bit in taxes, but whatever. Oh,
it's not bad.
I'll give you their.
I'm trying to write it all off.
Write it all off.
feel like working from home, everything I had to do to like get set up on my own, it's got to be something.
Yeah. Let's play
Gotta
Jen's
be.
intro.
Jen!
Here it is.
Jen. Jen. Jen.
Jen. Uh-oh, the screen went blank. Jen, if you want to join, I can invite you to the game. Jen is away. You've got 3 little Z's. That means you're sleeping. All right.
I thought the other title we got, The Marvels.
The Marvels, what was that?
That's surprising. So,
Is there several?
Miss Marvel's coming. Disney Plus show, which they're filming right now, actually. But Monica, is technically a like Marvel.
Oh, right.
I don't. So
Monica
like
Rambeau.
it'll. Yeah, so it'll be the 3 of them: Photon and Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. Let's go.
Oh, cool. So they're all is Captain Marvel going to be in a TV series with Miss Marvel?
She won't, but I'm pretty sure Monica will end up being in the Miss Marvel show.
Okay.
And carry us over there.
Right.
There were some like set photos of her in her Miss Marvel costume, and she looks fantastic. She looks just like she does in the comics. They've been
that's
they've been
cool.
good at that.
Yes, they've been really good at that, especially with the new Captain America look. I was like, this looks exactly like the drawings.
If you haven't
interesting.
watched that like hour-long BTS thing on Disney Plus about Cap and Winter Soldier,
Oh.
there's some fascinating stuff in there.
Oh, that's
Especially
cool.
about the suit. Basically, every shot of the suit that you see is a visual effect. They have to do some stuff to it.
What? Wow.
Which is pretty cool. A lot of insane, invisible VFX going on.
That's what I'm picking up on a lot, because even in Endgame, when they're all walking toward the time machine, the PIM machine, none of them, the cast, are wearing that time travel suit. They're all wearing their actual like superhero costumes or their wardrobe, and then they just later added all of that in, which is just insanity. So you have to.
His suit is like mostly there, but it's like a big thing that happens a lot in these stuff. Even the shows I work on is that you got a lot of creases and stuff.
Yeah.
And like it bends and warps in ways that like aren't terrible, but aren't necessarily pleasing to the eye. So you've got to paint all that. So like specifically with Falcon, the part around like his mouth opening in the neck bends a lot. So they replace all of that, which is nuts.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of times they'll have the stunt guy. He will do stunts with various amounts of the stuff on. So sometimes he'll be in full costume. Other times he'll take off the like greaves and gauntlets and stuff. Other times it'll just be nothing. But you'll never know because Marvel is good.
They are so good.
I
saw a bunch of how they like really assemble their films, and they don't really leave much up to chance. Movie making is a very leaving up to chance a lot of things generally, but the way Marvel and Disney have created this universe, they leave so little up to chance. They've basically filmed the movie before they start filming the movie with all of the previs and stuff. So it's kind of insane. Like the actors just have to just show up and kind of walk through their part, or at least have fun with it and bring it to life. But yeah, I mean these directors, when they sign on, they're just signing on to sort of do a paint by number, depending on how involved they are with the visuals and everything. But they're really, and everybody deserves a payday, and everybody deserves to put a little bit of their shine on something. It does take a lot to manage a whole project like that. That's what the directors are essentially doing at this point. But
which is why Chloe Zhao's film, The Eternals, is so interesting because they let her run wild with it, and she's sort of known for just finding the shots. She will
that's crazy.
Live in this space and just like, you know, filming 360 and a lot. I'm sure she'll have some element of it in the film. I can't imagine how, but she likes to do a lot with non-actors who are just like real people and have them tell stories and stuff that are real, that work within the story that they're trying to tell, and just shoot it. Very naturalistic, very, very nice to watch.
That's cool. I do like what I love about working on features as opposed to TV shows or commercials is that when you work on a feature, they're looking, generally speaking, I mean, I've seen movies recently that look like a 2-hour car commercial, like where everything was mapped out perfectly and everything is just shot exactly the way they wanted it shot.
Yeah.
Or it's just they spent all day for one shot setup. Like you could just tell how much time and effort they're putting on every single detail in some of those movies to make it look exactly like the way they planned. But there are also movies where you work on it, it's a feature, and you're just finding what works in that moment through the blocking and through the script and through what's available around you. And then you shoot that. And it's kind of amazing. And you shoot that and only that. And then you move on because you're like, well, we're not going to do all of the coverage of this. We're not going to get the mediums and closes and establishing like every single size shot just for this scene. We've accomplished what we need to do story-wise. So it's interesting working for people who work in television after that, because they just want all the coverage all day and everything to choose from. And so it's a different, I would say my experience has been, one feels like, for instance, when you're working on a feature, maybe an indie feature, it feels like everyone is there to make something cool happen and make something good happen. And there's like a real general sense, I'd say most of the time, when it's like an indie feature with like some good talent, that you're really trying to make something special, something happen.
Yeah.
A lot of times you work on a commercial or a TV show and everybody's like, all right, well, we know what we're doing here and we're going to try to do everything the way it's supposed to be done. Which is a different vibe, but there can still be a really good feeling of camaraderie and cooperation in those environments. But it's kind of a different vibe, generally speaking. You're not going to feel maybe that you're making great art when you have to get 50 shots, close-up shots of whatever product it is that you're filming. But, yeah.
Stop motion, really? That's crazy.
Yeah. Is anybody doing stop motion right now?
No. I slightly off topic. I was just talking to my friend Kyle. Like, if we're gonna be bringing back old Marvel and just like OG superhero film directors, and Marvel's just sort of this insulated thing where you can't really miss. There's just so many people working on it. Like, pretty much get anyone. Let's give one to Tim Burton. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Let's see. I mean, he's gonna definitely draw all the characters. It'll be distinctive. I mean, Sam Raimi's getting
exactly.
Doctor Strange, and I think that's a good choice, a really good choice.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm curious to see what he brings visually, because he's sort of coming from horror films. He's a practical guy, so like And I mean,
it's such a good
I don't love this fact about it, but like the Spider-Man movies, he's just CG so often. It's insane how often he'll be full CG. I don't think Sam Raimi will sort of operate like that.
I love the scenes in Spider-Man where it's just kind of like that weird, like wacky gonzo lighting, and then you've got that crazy, like the puppetry of the Spider-Man arms. Like, it's just so cool. It's so wacky, so distinctly him. This is Like, this game is glitching so weirdly that when I become a cloud of green smoke, when I fall off the ledge, I can just keep moving around as a cloud of green smoke. It's weird.
I see that. That's pretty cool. Little matcha storm.
I haven't won a round in a while.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. But yeah, I love that Sam Raimi look. Because you have to shoot all that. You have to figure out how that looks. I am a god. I shot him. Wow, they're being so.
Do you think it is a guaranteed inevitability that Nolan will make a Marvel film?
Christopher Nolan.
I don't think he'll make a Star Wars movie. I don't think he would ever.
I don't think so.
Not that he doesn't like it, but I think he thinks he's wrong for it, and I think he's right. But he could do a Marvel movie.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, well, I don't know. I feel like his doing Batman was what leveraged him into being able to make the original movies at his level. He's the only, I think he's the last filmmaker. Think about it. I can't think of any other filmmaker who makes original movies at that size that are blockbuster that people are anticipating. I can't think of a single.
That last part is the important one.
Yes. It's the anticipating.
I think of like, yeah. There's plenty of them making big movies, but I don't think anyone's anticipating them.
Yeah. I think that person entered a cheat code because they died and they still win each round, which is weird. Or so I don't know what's going on. Like, they're dead. I don't know if Nolan
really gone.
Thanks, Luke Skywalker. Look, see? Look at that. What's going on?
Interesting.
And I've also got a dead body of me right here, which is weird.
Oh.
How the heck is this guy dying? Not dying. I don't know. Christopher Nolan might have to start to save his career again. I haven't seen. Look, they won. How did they win that round after dying?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, now I won.
Hold on. Hold on, Ricky. What are you talking about?
Whoa.
Tenet is on HBO Max now. If you are.
Oh, is it?
If you find yourself curious about it. Yeah.
I think I might watch it, actually. Maybe I'll watch that with my friend Oliver, too. Like, we could all have a little watch. You've seen it, though, right? I think Ollie and we were going to watch it last summer. We were going to maybe watch a bootleg of it, maybe. Because I've seen every Christopher Nolan movie in the theater since Memento, which was a second feature. And,
well,
so, yeah.
Could rent a theater out?
I'll rent the theater out to watch Tenet. Is it going to make my ears bleed?
Sounds like a waste. Yeah.
It's so loud.
It truly, at times, is like the worst of Bane sort of sounding, you know? It's just like, you just don't understand what they're saying. And it's like, love Ludwig Göransson, but his score for the film ain't great. It's just sort of loud, droning noises. There's no melody, so it's a lot. It's an assault on the senses.
Yeah, I remember sitting there watching Interstellar in my seats over at the Cinerama Dome, just going, like, having to plug my ears. It was too loud. It was too loud. But Ludwig Göransson, I listened to a Song Exploder episode. If you ever heard that podcast called Song Exploder, it's real good. They talk about how they make songs.
Yeah.
They take apart.
Got a little Netflix series.
The Netflix series is good. They just uploaded 3 more episodes, I think. They talk about, with Ludwig Göransson, his score for Black Panther, and I was like, that's pretty cool. He went to Africa, he went to Senegal, and he worked with I forget his name, but he's one of the most famous musicians on earth. I think he's the guy that Ginger Baker went and jammed with in Africa. Like Ginger Baker, if you've seen the movie Fear Mr. Baker, I think it's called, it's quite good. It's a documentary on Ginger Baker. He ends up attacking physically the documentarian at one point. Documentary. It's like
love to see it.
He's bleeding, and he's like, I was just attacked by our Ginger Baker, the subject of our film. It's amazing. But yes, so he goes to Africa and jams with this dude because he wanted to learn everything about the drums. And Ludwig Göransson, I guess, watched that documentary, went to Africa to jam with this guy. And the dude who came up with Killmonger's theme, along with Göransson, is an interesting story. He said the guy played a flute. So he's like, do-do-do-do, he's playing the flute. So not unlike Mandalorian theme in some senses. But it was pretty cool. I got like chills listening to. He's like, so I explained to him the character of Killmonger and what he's lit after and what his vibe is, and then I put him in a room and he recorded this. And then the dude, he's like going off on the flute, sort of starting out slow and mysterious, and then becoming more frantic and intense. And then he started just screaming like Killmonger while playing. So when you hear Killmonger's theme, it's just like Killmonger, Killmonger. Brrr. It's a friggin' cool like mixture of sounds, and it's like echoey. So he used the original recording of this dude screaming and playing flute in an interesting way, and then added to the composition. And it's a cool, compelling, unique sound. I recommend that episode of Song Exploder. But there's also, I shared 3 composers talking about their careers. One was Hans Zimmer, one being Ludwig Göransson, and they were all kind of chatting about the music they created. And one was the composer for this theme music, the theme for Black Klansman, which is also good. It's totally different.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who did Black Klansman? Was it that jazz artist?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a super jazz guy. So you got Hans Zimmer, who's like this weird strings and rock and roll, sort of folk rock and roll guy, and then you've got Ludwig Göransson, who is
Blanchard?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's... Yeah.
So it was cool to see
people.
Very different people, very different styles, and it was cool to hear them all talk about how they do it. And Ludwig Göransson, I mean, it's cool because he's just finding his way on how to do all this stuff. And Hans Zimmer, let's say, has a system down and a whole library of sounds that he can pull from at this point. And and Terrence was just like, I'm a jazz musician, so I find the jazz and everything. And it was cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Most I once was like curious, it's like, how many black film composers are there?
Right.
And there's lots, but they're almost exclusively all jazz musicians.
Right.
It's like Terrence Blanchard, it's Quincy, the RZA. I thought that was sort of interesting. I'm like, when are we gonna get someone just like doing a Marvel movie or something?
I know, it's interesting too how folks like, but again, it speaks to, I think, so much to sort of being grandfathered into these roles, into these things. Everybody sort of gets, not everybody, but there's a lot of nepotism in life in general. And a lot of times people hang out with people who look like them, or they're usually around a lot of people who look like them. So the people who have had the money and the power and the jobs in Hollywood tend to open doors for people in their lives for those to replace them, or at least join them in those jobs. And Hollywood notoriously is like 99% white folks, and it's interesting to see the like when I was working on that music video a couple weeks ago, it was really cool because it was for women in film and women in, and the crew was like 60% female, as far as representative of the general population, which was good to see. Oh, however, though, I was like, I could see more brown people here. There were 2 brown folks that I counted, and they were the backup dancers for the artist who was singing. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, you win some, you lose some, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
We got something.
you got something. Oh, looks like Ron subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 2 months and currently on 2 months. Thanks, Ron. Well, Ron, if Ron is here, if Ron is lurking, yeah, I'm gonna pause this. Well, I can't pause it. I'll just die. Here, hey, Ron, take a look at this, will ya? I talked about having new intros and updated intros. Well, how about
Here
it?
it is. My most likable song ever. Coca-Cola, lipstick ring, go dance all night, kiss me, just kiss me, Nefertiti. Lipstick, kiss me, lipstick ring, oh, that's the way you like it.
This is your most likable song ever.
Yeah.
People will love it.
That was it, Ron.
We love a good Frank intro. Love it.
Little Frank intro. Here, let me. There's a little update. I'll play it again without the music in the background. But yes, Ron, here you are.
It is. My most likable song ever. Coca-Cola, lipstick ring, go dance all night, kiss me, just kiss me, Nefertiti. Lipstick, kiss me, lipstick ring, oh, that's the way you like it.
This is your most likable song ever.
Yeah.
People will love it.
There you have it, Ron. We up. Uh-oh. There's Jen's intro.
Jen. Jen.
And of course, there's always that intro, which I forget to turn off between scenes, which is fine, because then we get to see it again. But there you go, Ron. I've updated your intro. It is Monday. That means there's a new intro. And technically, you've had an intro, but this is a new intro for you. So it's both. Happy birthday, Ron. Ron's birthday was on Saturday. I was cracking up while making that one, Ron. I know you get it. You like that movie. There's not that many people who even know about that movie. And the fact that you love that movie as well is endearing. So I figured I'd play that scene because that's one of my favorite scenes from it. Also, all the characters we're all there. That movie is so fantastic. Yeah. Oofa. Oh, Ron, I was watching Small Wonders with Ron. I was watching You Can't Do That on Television with Ron on his birthday. It was a fantastic time. We was hanging out like we was 8 years old again, watching these shows. It's great. I can't believe I remember Moose. I heard that. That was so fun. I'd watch that like every day after school. You can't do that on television, they said. Let me shoot this guy. They were like waving their hands. No, don't shoot, they said. I said, see what I care. Hey, Noel. Just played some shtick fight. Hell Comes to Frog Town ended poorly. Oof. Your birthday ended poorly.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Whatever. How did it end? Yeah, wrong. Wait, that's not it. And I accidentally hit this.
I once tried to make mashed potatoes with laundry detergent.
I tried to do that. It tasted like something. What's the restaurant you're looking forward to going back to, Ricky, in LA? PF Chang's?
What's wrong with you?
Hold on, Ricky. What are you talking about?
Oh, gosh. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. My girlfriend and I went out to, I don't know what the name of this place is. Is it Eagle Rock? Is it Highland Park? Is it Silver Lake? Is it Cheryl?
Oh, I think I know which place you went to. Squirrel. No? Did you go to Pine?
Ooh, that's
you
a,
went
that's
to
a good. You're naming my places.
Yeah, you went to Pine, Pine and Nut and Pine.
Little Pine.
Little Pine that's owned by Moby, the singer.
That is right, isn't it? No, didn't go there or the other one, but eventually those places will be hit up again.
Yeah.
I mean, super hipster, but also, I mean, Squirrel will not be denied.
I've never been. I've seen the line though. I drive past the line and I go, all right, next time.
Yeah. It's quite a sight, that line. But no, there's a little strip of places. You know where? You ever been to Donut Friend?
I have indeed been to Donut Friend. I love Donut Friends. There's a Donut Friend coming. Yes. There's a place called like Smile or something by Donut Friend over here on Sunset, actually. Yeah.
Oh.
But you're talking about Highland Park Donut Friend. Donut Friend.
Yeah.
Where you gotta like tell them what you want on your donut.
I'm yet to do that, honestly. Paralyzed by indecision, so I don't play that. But their pre-made ones are great.
Yeah.
Went there, but like that's a great little strip of places. They've got a vinyl record store I like going to. We went over there. A bunch of little places. I got this really cool book from one of the places. Let me go see. I gotta see what it's called.
Go find out. Cosmo McBud says, you've been to Donut Friend. Yeah, it's wonderful. They are your friend. They are your friend. You want to get ramen in Little Tokyo? That sounds like fun. Yeah, ramen.
It is called Back to the Lab Hip Hop Home Studios, and it's just a collection of various hip hop artists, and like there's like maybe one page in 15 that sort of talks about them or like their music and what was important to them for the spaces. But it's mostly just like full page pictures of hip hop artists' home labs, and it's just wonderful.
Well, that's awesome.
How everyone how they exist in their spaces and make the stuff that they do.
I love that. That's actually something that the more I look back at my setup, I'm like, oh yeah, this looks like a producer's setup. It's just
it's oddly validating.
It's very validating, and also being like, oh, well, of course it would eventually morph into that. But this, I've got the monitors, I've got the KRK Rocket 6 monitors, I have all of my musical equipment surrounding the desk. I've got that couch right back there, which is about 10 feet back from the speakers. For anybody who wants to come and do their raps on the beats, if anybody comes down and does some raps, I've got a vocal booth, which doubles as a closet. But the vocal booth is right there, and it's very, very noise canceling. Which I've put my bass amp in there and played a guitar amp in there, and just outside the door it sounds very faint, but outside my outside my apartment door, you can't hear it at all, which is really cool. So there's a recording potential here that I'm excited about. But that's so. What other rappers are in that book?
Question. I've only barely begun.
We've only just begun
to live.
Karen Carpenter, incredible drummer, and impeccable singer.
So, some people you would know, and then some people you wouldn't. We got DJ Jazzy Jeff, Hampton Studios, Wilmington, Delaware. We got Just Blaze, Baseline, New York. We got Jay Dilla, Hollywood, California. We got LP. Love me.
Oh
some
yeah, LP. RTJ.
RTJ. Incredible. Love their last album.
Yeah, so good.
Some ones I've never heard of. Oh, we got.
Look
we got
at all
Flying
these
Lotus and
slave
Flying
holders holding on your dollar. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Ooh. They've got that one line in there that like Killer Mike was talking about. They're like, yeah, we wrote this long before the George Floyd thing, but like,
right.
Damn, it hits hard now because of it.
That song is incredible. It's got Zach De La Rocha on there too. Zach De La Rocha from Rage, which his verse is freaking fire because it's so like his voice is just so synonymous with Rage, clearly. But it's such a good song. It's the beat.
Such a good song.
It's just really hypnotic. Incredible song. There's some incredible music every day coming out in this world. People tend to think, oh, the music was good when I was a kid. It's like, no, look at the top 20 chart. Look at the top 40 chart from when you were a kid and tell me that you didn't hate 37 of those songs.
Yeah.
So, like, it's all what you remember from when you was a kid. It's not about everything only ever being good. Thanks for lurking, Cosmo McBuds. We always appreciate your presence at the keyboard or away from it.
I'm looking up the
AWK.
place he said.
AFT.
California Donuts. I have not been to.
Oh my God, dude! You got to go to California Donuts. They're open and they have an outdoor walk-up window, and it's just like that anyway. And you just kind of shout through the window at the glass at the people, and they somehow can understand you. They read your lips, and they take the corresponding donut that you've indicated that you would like to consume, and they put it inside a box or a bag for an exchange of cash.
Is that how this process works?
Yes,
I love it.
I would like this donut. I would like to eat that donut. How can we make this happen? That's what usually
Please,
what I
sir,
say.
put this donut in me.
Yeah. First of all, I see that you have delectable donuts. How do I consume one immediately? But yeah, donuts are just incredible. They're like God's donuts.
Donuts are God's donuts. Someone write this down.
Somebody write all of these things. I hope it's the best. It's all being auto.
This is my first donut since last year.
Really? What have you been doing?
Yeah.
Hold on, Ricky. What are you talking about?
You've had no donuts since last year.
No.
Wow.
At least since I want to say February.
Oh.
Because look, honestly, the daily life, the daily routine was I was bringing in donuts for the office every week.
You got to bring in the donuts. Where were you going? Donut friend?
I would go everywhere, but the one place that we really like right by the studio in Burbank is Donut Prince, which on their box it has the picture of the two owners and their slogan, "Don't get a divorce, get a donut."
That's kind of the greatest advice, actually.
They're iconic, you know?
It's also the worst advice. What if you want it? You need to get a divorce.
It could be.
It's like, listen, I got this donut instead. It cost me $2.50, maybe $1.69. Donuts are like 75 cents actually, depending on where you go. But the point is,
no idea how much a donut costs.
It costs less than a divorce.
Ooh, always.
That's what I say.
That's a fact.
Yes, Cosmo Buds invokes some Mitch Hedberg, which I like to do generally, but I do not need a receipt for this. I'm just going to eat this donut. I do not need evidence of said purchase. Yeah, why don't we need to bring ink, pencil, and paper into this? That is a good deed. Mitch Hedberg. Oh, rest his soul. What a great comedian. Beyond his time. Wow. Comedians that ended too short. Like, he would still be... Just think about Stephen Wright's career of obscure, weird, wacky jokes. And he still is, like, stand-up. Still goes on the road. Stephen Wright, he's got to be 70. Still telling jokes like...
Oh, he's got to be... I got to look this up. Is he 70?
Everywhere's within walking distance if you have the time. Just all
He's
good
65,
stuff.
this guy.
Yeah. He's an incredible genius.
Yeah.
Every joke is funny because it's weird. Small world.
I feel like only
Wouldn't wanna
recently
paint
I've
it.
like. I feel like only recently I've come to really appreciate Norm Macdonald.
I really appreciate Norm Macdonald. I really, really do. I really, really, really do. I think his whole thing is, his whole shtick is none of this matters. Nothing matters, guys. And I want to remind you that all of this taking yourself seriously about stuff. Yeah, it's
I love
really
it.
not important. It's kind of great. He that's what makes him. He's invulnerable to any kind of being made fun of because he sounds like such a weird guy, and he's odd. And then as soon as somebody makes fun of him on a show or something, when he's like on a panel, he'll just, for some reason, he does a meta joke about it. His jokes are. I saw a whole breakdown of how his jokes are anti-comedy. Do you know about anti-comedy? Which is like, essentially, his jokes are.
I mean, I feel like I know of it because of him.
Yes.
Like I get it. Yeah.
He's an anti-comedian. Why did the chicken cross the road to get the other side? You see, because the chicken was inspired. He wanted to get the other. He could see what was on the other side of the road. He just kind of just describes the joke until it's hilarious, and you're just like, "Oh my god, this is anti-comedy." He's telling a joke that is funny, but it's not funny. But now he's making it funny because it's not funny. It's kind of the greatest skill he has. But
Really, like, I start watching all of his stuff and all of his late night appearances, stuff from his show, and then there's Jimmy Fallon, you know, and it's like, well, why is there Jimmy Fallon? Look at this national treasure. What are we doing here?
Right. I know.
The wrong people. Craig Ferguson is another one that's like, people didn't appreciate him.
Loved Craig Ferguson. Yeah.
He was hilarious.
That's one of the inspirations for not having a monologue, ladies and gentlemen. Craig Ferguson did it, so I'd try to do it, and sometimes it works. 1 in 20. But Craig Ferguson never had a written monologue. Would just riff for the first 10 minutes for his monologue every night. I actually went and saw a taping of it.
Which one? Were we there at the same time?
Maybe. Tommy Lasorda was there.
See, I waited. I carefully crafted mine because my friend was coming out from Maryland.
Yeah.
I was like, we gotta go, and there's a specific guest. That guest was Harrison Ford.
Oh, that's a great guest. Was it for Star Wars?
It was like, what was the year? It was 2013, so no.
Probably 42.
And yet, all they did was talk about planes. It was the anti-late night interview. It was beautiful.
Right. That's cool. Yeah,
my talking about Cessnas and everything. It's just like over everyone's head, but it's hilarious.
It's good
We're
stuff.
sitting there in a room with two people talking, and we just like, let's take it in, just let them live.
My favorite is Harrison Ford's off-camera persona because it's very slow and tired and upset and angry, and he doesn't really have much patience for anything. He's just so ornery.
Yeah.
I don't care. Get off my plane.
What the F is a Force ghost? I don't know.
He doesn't care. He just likes those late in life checks. He's a pro. He's a pro movie star. I just watched for the first time his kind of his first big role, which was in American Graffiti. I watched that for the first time with my friend David a couple weeks ago. We watched American Graffiti, and I'd never seen it before. And it's good. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good George Lucas movie. It's just all white people, but it's fine. I'm like, apparently black people did not exist. There are 2 black people at the high school dance for like 2 seconds. And I was like, I guess in the 60s in California, Los Angeles, or no, I think it's supposed to be, is it supposed to take place in Los Angeles? I forget. But, yeah, there were no black people in that whole movie or their perspective. But I was like, it still captures a vibe. That it reminds me of when they show the Summer of Love of 1968, and they show all the hippies spinning around in the park. And then if you think about what was going on at the exact same time was like black people getting sprayed with fire hoses in the streets because they wanted to go to the same school as everyone else. That was also that same year, but for some reason it's remembered very differently.
Very differently.
It was the Summer of Love. And you're like, really? Because I do remember 1968, or at least reading about it. Who else got killed that year? Was it Malcolm X got killed in 68?
68?
JFK Jr.?
Yeah? No, he died 65.
65?
Yeah.
He was shot at a hotel that is about a mile and a half from here, which is crazy. It's on Wilshire, I think, in Koreatown, what is now Koreatown. But that was the hotel that JFK Jr., not JFK, RFK was shot.
Wow, if you look up the list of people who died in 1968, it's like Martin Luther King Jr., Helen Keller, Kennedy, Yuri Gagarin, John Steinbeck, Bobby Driscoll. This was the year to go out.
Jeez. Yeah, this is like a crazy year, but it was the Summer of Love. And there was nothing to worry about but spinning around in the park naked. But yeah.
I love a good spin.
Ron, you're still sick. Ron, get well. Get well. That's terrible. Get well.
Get well soon. We hope you get well.
Yes, please. Ron, you're swell. We all hope that you get well. We wrote that song.
So
I want to get some raps going. I'm gonna make some beats, for real beats, and I'm gonna get some raps going. You know what I heard the other day on a Song Exploder was a guy who created a song where he's got a female vocal on it, but it's his vocal. He just did a modulator. He did a real voice modulation software on it, so it sounds like a real human woman voice. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to be the female singer of my own band. Because that's cool. That's cool. What's up, Conimation? Raps with beats, yes. Total raps with beats. I hope that they have the spinach rap. It's my favorite. Also with beats. Maybe Conimation. Speaking of Conimation, that's our friend Malin Khan, who is in. You're in North Carolina now, right?
Is there several?
And yeah, what are you doing now? How's it going down there? I'm just hanging out here in LA. It's warm. Got my man Ricky on the horn.
Ricky?
He's doing some speaking of Conimation, he's doing some rotoscoping, as they say. Rotoing of the hair of a character on a TV show right now. I've had to have my hair rotoed out before. Someone said they looked at me. I would not like that. They got very upset when they saw me for the first time, and then I saw them again 3 months later, and they said, "I had to roto your whole hair for like 2 weeks." And I was like, "Sorry."
Truly.
Yeah.
I know this pain.
I'm sorry for that.
Starfire on Titans. That wig she wears. Sheesh.
Oof.
That 3 foot long curly hair. Ow.
She looked like Marge Simpson.
It's honestly the main reason they didn't do the sort of classic effect when Starfire uses her stuff and her like hair catches on fire, because like you just couldn't.
Yeah.
They tried, and it looked like some hot curly fries. It didn't work.
Oh, when I was watching the cuts of the commercial, the Redfin commercial, before they had finalized it, there was like this blurry patch that would follow my head around everywhere, because I guess they had to roto it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it was funny. I was like, oh, they didn't finalize the VFX yet, with obviously. So this is just all for ADR purposes. But it was hilarious because I was like, oh yeah, there's a big blurry patch following my head around everywhere.
That's painful. Boy, I tell you.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing. You gotta hire curly hair, you gotta pay for it. You gotta pay for that curly hair. Conurbation, you're in Raleigh. Raleigh's good. Raleigh is a good city. I've been there before. I was there for the first time Obama was elected. I had voted absentee and was on tour. We were playing a show, and we were watching the monitors while we were playing a show in the background by the bar of what was going on in the election. So it was actually pretty funny. It's a good show. We played it with Pop Evil. They're a band from Michigan. But second time Obama was elected, I voted absentee again from Los Angeles, and I was in Austin this time in a cowboy bar with a bunch of people with cowboy hats while they were electing a black man a second time, and I was like,
oh dear,
this is very surreal. This is super surreal. It's Austin though. It was okay, but it did feel weird.
I too was in Texas that time.
Really?
It felt weird.
Did you mess with Texas?
I was in San Antonio.
Oh, remember the Alamo?
I got what a joke. I'm so happy. It's so disrespectful. No, I paid my time. I lived there for 4 years, okay?
Oh, you did? Wow.
It's a building in the middle of a bunch of skyscrapers. You're in and out.
Yes. Yeah. You know, it's funny because a lot of people will tell me, because I like Austin. I will go to Austin and be like, yeah, Austin's cool. And even on tour, we stayed there for about 3.5 weeks in Austin. We made that our home base, and then we would drive each day to like the different parts of Texas to play a show. And which we had they were kind of spread out, so we could sort of make it our home base, stay there for a couple days, play another show, stay there for a couple days, play another show. A lot of people are just telling me, they're like, Austin, it's so great. Aristotle, you would love Austin. Have you ever thought of living in Austin? And I'm like, listen, the only problem I have with Austin is that it's in Texas. That's the only problem with Austin is it's in Texas, guys. Just remember that.
Too.
It's a massive problem. I do like Austin, but why do we?
The only area in Texas I liked was Houston.
Houston's pretty cool. Yeah.
Houston, when you annex yourself, call me.
Yeah. I ain't got no problems with Houston. Houston, we ain't got no problem.
Houston, we ain't got no problem.
Yeah.
I would have voted for Obama a third time.
I just want you to know that I see you and I hear you.
Oh God,
I just want you to know.
It's so real.
Yes, it is real. Condemnation, did you get that? Did you get those phone calls last year? I just want you to know, Condemnation, I see you and I'm here for you.
I offer you my white body.
That is a legendary story. That's amazing.
I don't know what to do with this.
There's so many funny things you could do with that. That's in a comedy. Truly. It needs to be in a comedy movie, or at least a Chappelle Show sketch.
Yeah, I give this to the universe. Do something with it.
Make this happen. Chappelle Show. Condemnation did not. He is still invisible. Yeah. Well, don't worry. There'll be a 3-month period where everybody cares. and then we'll go back to normal.
I think I'm trying to recreate the magic of a trip I had to Disneyland in 2012, where I was called the N-word. That was a great time. I must say.
Tell us about this. Let's bring back the pain.
We were right outside It's a Small World, and someone said, "Move it, N-word," and I said, I was with my family. I was like, "Y'all, I'm out. I'm leaving the park." I was crying. It was the first time I'd ever been called that. Like,
really? Wow.
And I was like, I was 24. I was not too young, but I was pretty young. I was like, if it happened now, I would laugh. I mean, I've been on the internet more now, so like, I play Fortnite.
Yeah, you hear things.
9-year-old doesn't call me the N-word, I haven't started my day. So.
Right. Yes.
It's fine.
It's rough, man. I'm sorry. It sucks because it's like, it's such a the N-word. Let's talk about it. It is one of those things.
It sucks because we don't have anything to say back. I blame you, ancestors. Cracker does nothing for me.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also, people don't realize how it's not as, it's a term referring to whip crackers. So it is still not even a fully demeaning, dehumanizing type of slur. And that's why people go, well, they use it in their rap songs. Why can't we say it? And it's just like, because that's the whole point, brosive, is the whole point is that taking away the power and owning the word is way different than using it as a weapon. And it's just so ridiculous that people can't see. To me, it's ridiculous that people don't understand that. Yeah. It's like,
and possibly never will, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fine. Someone was saying to me the other day how they were saying how they were listening to somebody saying how, well, white people can be, or black people can be racist too. That's not, and I was like, well, here's the thing, not in America. You can't, because racist literally means that you are a part of an establishment which actively keeps a group of people down, which is our society.
We are not in power like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You cannot be a part of
the power that comes with being a racist.
Right, exactly. If you are a racist in the United States, you are weaponizing the system against a group of people that it is not built for, or at least is built. It is built specifically to disadvantage black people. So,
if you are part of the system and are offering us a piece, you would gladly accept it.
Yes.
Yeah. Try that out.
Try it out. Try it out. You know, that's what I look at this, like these opportunities that I'm getting right now, which is crazy because it's a double-edged sword. Because now I'm getting auditions left and right. Because, like I said, every commercial, now you'll notice, you can count them. There's 2 black people in every commercial now. There used to be only 1. There could be only room for 1. Unless it was a black product, then it was for black people. But now, you can get like Cheerios sold to you by 2 black people. For instance, I was watching a commercial the other day, and they had 2 in a room. The band that sings Whoop There It Is, right? So they're singing Whoop There It Is. There was a black lady in the kitchen, and all of a sudden you hear Whoop There It Is. And then there's 2 more black people, and I counted 3 black people in one commercial. And that was it. And I was like, listen, now that the opportunity is swinging in my direction, I would like to take advantage of this as much as possible and make as much money off of it as I can, which is
race card.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's a double-edged sword. I'm like, I get it. You guys are literally just whoever it is, whatever product. They're like, you're literally trying to fill that quota. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take the money. I'll take it. Except one day, I hope to be a part of that establishment. I hope to be a part of an establishment that, that is more equitable.
Yeah. It's a lot like Willy Wonka, like, oh, we got this golden ticket and we get to visit. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make it out alive by the end, but I'm going to go on this trip.
Exactly.
I want to see the chocolate get made.
I want to see how this chocolate gets made. And That's exactly it. That is exactly how I feel at this moment in time. I'm like, you know what? I will take your money. Ah! How did this guy win? So,
By the power of Grayskull?
by the power of Grayskull, give me sight beyond sight. I just mashed
You know,
up.
that He-Man movie is never getting made. They just lost their He-Man.
Who was supposed to be He-Man?
Noah, I don't know how to say his last name. Centennial, aka the male lead from PS to All the Boys I've ever loved. Netflix movie.
Ah, I don't see this. I don't know who this is. They lost their He-Man.
You don't really look like a He-Man, honestly.
You know, they're what was I gonna say? Two things. One, they're going to make a Thundercats, an actual Thundercats movie with actual Thundercats. The guy who's making it has been obsessed with Thundercats since he was a child and would actually drew
Are we
out
talking
an
about Adam?
I do believe. Are they
Adam Wingard?
Are we talking about this person? They would. I remember listening to an interview the other day with this person. They said that they would like draw Thundercats, like a 500-page treatment for Thundercats in their high school book.
Yeah, it's him. It's the guy who directed Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we get.
Thundercats.
Ho. Thunder.
Can we get a real I want people to go back and just make like the Transformers and G.I. Joe and Thundercats, but like as 80s movies. Like if that's gonna be the trend.
No, all right. I know that.
Oh, wait.
And knowing is half the battle.
You know, I want the score to be 80s.
Yeah.
I think it can be good. Like it doesn't need to be corny. I think it can be good and be of the time that it came from.
I think so too. The weird thing about any period is that it is only ever a reconstruction and never fully authentic. It can never be authentic. It can only be what we remember it as or what we see it in as pictures. It's like there's no way to recreate something unless it's from that time, which is really funny.
Yeah.
I find that interesting. When I was watching Stranger Things, there would be anachronisms that would jump out at me, and I'm like, this didn't even come out for like 2 more years. Why are they talking about it? This is not even a thing. I don't know.
I feel like Star Wars movies need to do this. You know what I mean? You know? They need to treat it with an 80s sensibility. The most we get of them doing that in the Star Wars movies is the haircuts. They've kept that and they've nailed that.
Yeah. They definitely just keep the haircuts.
Yeah,
Open doesn't like
nailed that aesthetic.
Yeah, Thundercats would look terrible if they did it like the Cats movie.
Like I'll say, one of the things I hated, which like, sorry, my guy Ryan, who did all the work for it, but in Force Awakens, and it's such a, I don't know, this seems like a small complaint. They have all these holograms and not holograms, but like the screens and stuff. They're all super duper fancy, you know, like they're on the Avengers helicarrier. That bothers me. Like that's just so un-Star Wars.
Right.
Sorry, I can't get over it. Just give us these solid. They go back to it in Last Jedi, and it's just like solid red and white, black buttons. It's just like that's it.
Yes, that's exactly what it should be. That's what. I mean, I love the idea of going back to the aesthetic, to the pastiche of the time. If you look at Blade Runner 2049, I liked that they continued on in a future in that future, which was so bizarre.
On it.
It was good. It looked cool. I liked it. I liked Denny.
The way.
It is the way. Denis Villeneuve is gonna do Dune, and I don't know if I'll be able to see that in a movie theater. I don't know if I'll have the gumption or the wherewithal or the want, or I don't know. It's still a few months away. But I'm gonna get that giant TV.
I don't know if I'll have it only because I don't have an ArcLight.
Yeah. There's no ArcLight.
I no longer have the pinnacle of the theater experience.
Yeah.
I got AMC.
Sorry. So you could show up half an hour late and still be early. Still watch 10 previews. There are 8 previews. I counted 8 previews one time. I like a preview just as much as the next person, but I would, when I go to see a movie and there's like already 3 or 4 previews, I'm like good and ready for the movie. You ever, like that's the most exciting part sometimes, where I will enjoy a preview or 2 or 3 and be like, wow, that looks really good. And then, oh, the movie's starting that I want to see now. I'm excited now. Here comes the Lucasfilm logo. Here comes the Marvel logo. I'm excited now. Whatever movie it's going to be. But when you're sitting there for 10, 20, 30 minutes through previews, you're just like, all right, I want to go home now.
I'm emotionally wrecked.
Yeah, you've taken me on through the beginnings, middles, and ends of every movie because every trailer has to do that now. So now I've been on every type of journey there is.
It's too much.
Too much.
It's too much, America.
Too much America.
Now I have a machine gun.
Now I have a machine gun.
It's crazy the sun is still up. It's crazy, huh?
It is. Oh my god, it's 6 o'clock. I have to be done.
Yeah, you gotta finish. I gotta do those voiceovers. Jen, if you're out there, we could have played some games here. I don't know if I just see Jen. Jen's busy. That's okay. I've been not holding my own, getting killed by all of these other people. That's fine. Wow. But I'm gonna, don't tell anybody, but one audition, I get these auditions so often, so it's not exciting to me, but I realize it could be really cool. Because it's not exciting to me in the sense that I just don't ever think I'll get anything, so I just do it for to have and for the fun of it and for the experience. And I've been doing these voiceover auditions. I've been doing these voiceover auditions. I'm not complaining. This is incredible. This is a great opportunity, but both things that can exist. I have been doing these for like 5 years for my agent, and I have gotten 0 through my agent, other than the Redfin one, which I got through booking Redfin, because the Redfin people were just like, we want you to do the voiceover too. So I went through the voiceover agent at my agency to do the paperwork for that. But I literally have tried out for every movie. I've tried out, just think of every animated anything for the last 5 years I've auditioned for. Like Pets, The Secret Lives of Pets, Soul, like everything. And I mean, it's pretty interesting how they cast their net wide for casting on these things. They'll really legitimately ask anyone to do these parts, as long as they do it for scale, I think. And I think. I don't know. I've never booked one through them, but I have booked voiceovers through other things randomly, like maybe 8 voiceovers in my life, and I think it's funny that none of them have been through this auditioning process that I do constantly. Like, there have been 6 sent to me since Thursday, and they've been due basically every day since Thursday. Maybe, and there's 3 more due tomorrow now. I just got another one, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I'll have fun with it, but it's gonna go out the door and I'll never hear from them again, which is not a very positive way to think about it, but I am at this point just doing it for the fun of it, I feel like. So we might as well. I keep dying. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not to complain. I have chosen this life. I have chosen this life. Oh, this person just murdered me in the hole. Ooh. I got stabbed to death.
Sounds like a jail thing.
It's a total jail. I got shivved.
Shivvy Cocoa Puffs.
Exactly. I do like a good big watching. Kelsey said she never saw the movie Big. I was like, well, gotta change that.
Yeah. Does it hold up?
I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of... it's a little weird with the dude and the girl and the.
Yeah. It's weird. Because he's supposed to be 13 and she's 30.
Yeah.
They remade it with 13 going on 30 a couple years ago.
Andy Serkis, he was in that. The Hulk, he was in that too.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's right.
Ruffalo.
I worked with Mark Ruffalo on XXXY or whatever that movie was called for one day, and I remember working with him in like this Manhattan apartment for a pickup day, and I was a PA, and I had like heard of Mark Ruffalo maybe once before, but I worked with him all day, and I was like, oh, this guy's cool, and then everybody was sort of buzzing about Mark Ruffalo for years, and I was like, there he goes, now he's the Hulk, and now he's a A-lister, I guess. Is he an A-lister?
Absolutely not.
My experts tell me it's a pyramid.
Here's a question: is Mark Hamill an A-lister?
In my heart.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the same way Mark Ruffalo's an A-lister. Like, he's been in some of the biggest grossing films of all time.
Yeah.
But a lister does not one make.
A lister. Is he Alistair? Alistair. Speaking of, you can't do that on television. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to do these voiceovers. Ricky, if I see you online later playing these games, I might jump in there and play a couple rounds with you. Tomorrow,
wait, what
I'm going to
games
have
are you talking about?
either maybe Fortnite's. I don't know. I literally don't even. I wish I played the Nintendo more, but when we play, that's when I play. I play Fortnite when we play, which is, I guess, Wednesdays-ish. After Jackbox. Tuesdays is going to be, I think, Borderlands. Borderline is by Madonna. Borderlands. I want to try to get Borderlands going again. Last week was busy. Was it last week? Was it Cheryl? I am out of it. I need some water and some food for my brains. But I might be playing some games later. I just want to get these dang things out of the way. How much work you got left?
I have to be done now, so I'm done now. is where I'm at, which is great for me, honestly.
Right. Are you done though?
So, yeah, I mean, you know what happens is we have a cutoff time. It'll be 5 or 6, then we get there, and they're like, we got like 30 more minutes. Like, I just mentally shut down. Right. Got to reboot. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm done.
Yeah, that's always the thing with any kind of art is art, music, all of it. It's all the point of abandoned. It's not done ever. Nothing's ever done. Yeah, you go. This is where this artist chose to abandon the work, and that is what we're judging. That's what we're judging. We're judging people's ability to know when to quit. Speaking of. Me and my 20-minute outros.
It was a great transition.
It was indeed.
It almost makes me think you should make the show go another hour.
I know, I feel like I should just keep going. But if I do, I'll have enough hydration. I don't know. I am feeling. I must have had a 4th vaccine this morning because I am feeling tired. But it's cool. I woke up to the sound of people jibber jabbering, and I look across the street, and there's a line up the block of just people getting their vaccinations for free. Anyone over 16. Yeah. Today's your day. Let's go. Let's go get some more vaccines. Get 50 vaccines. Tomorrow we're gonna have Michael Paul, puppeteer, incredible actor, comedian. If you have the stomach to watch a movie, I mentioned this earlier, with Kevin Spacey, it's a short film called The Ventriloquist. All of the ventriloquist dummy talking and whatnot is done by Michael. He's in a lot of things. He's very funny. He's a very entertaining individual. We will be talking to him tomorrow. And then afterwards, I think we'll play Borderlands. You want to play Borderlands tomorrow? You gonna be around?
I could use a tasty beverage.
Yeah, that is a tasty beverage. So Borderlands. Tomorrow. I'm going to bail on this game because I am dead. I'm really procrastinating with these voiceovers because I feel like, what's the point? But I should do it. I really should. Because, look, it's... and I'm just telling you and you alone, it's for Starscream and also Soundwave for the new Transformers on Nickelodeon, which, I mean, all right, sure, why not?
The hope of all Cybertron goes with you.
Exactly. I've got to think of my most whiny, sycophantic voice to play Starscream, but also now like a droning and matter-of-fact voice for Soundwave, because I know those characters very well. So
yeah.
I've
Well,
just got
Starscream. It sounds like you know pretty much just whiny, just like. Oh, Megaton! You know,
exactly.
That's it. But like, Soundwave, you gotta do like they did in the original Michael Bay and just black it up. Just black it up.
just black up with us. Hey, what's going on, man? It's just
lacking?
Yo, this is Soundwave. I'm a beatbox, so I'll stereotypically play some rap music for you to dance to.
Just do it as if you were being Donkey from Shrek or
right.
or the zebra from Madagascar, but as a robot.
Amazing. You know, that was my favorite. That's one of my favorite Chris Rock jokes when he's like, "Yeah, we can't be anything in animated movies unless we a donkey or a zebra." Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Just anything
sidekick
with big teeth and lips.
It's just unreal.
Oh my god.
That is the. You know, it's funny because we think about how far we have come, but have we though? Have we? I think though
no, it's just more subtle.
It's more subtle. It's also we're just used to certain levels of racism that will be stark in a couple years to come. We'll be like looking back at things going, oh, we just thought that was funny. Mm-hmm. I always mention that Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle and every rapper, every musician who's black since forever has been like, the cops disproportionately use physical violence toward lower socioeconomic black folks. Like literally every F the police. Dave Chappelle joking about getting roughed up by cops in the 90s. That was part of his act. And it's just like, haha, cops beat up black people, haha, that's a joke that we all get because we know it's true. And it was never until maybe last year people were like, oh, we could probably stop that, right? We should probably do something about that, huh? 50 years of Richard Pryor talking about this and everybody just like, it's like, oh, we just accepted that as a way of life and didn't realize that, oh, that can actually stop.
Dear.
Yeah.
So true.
It's very true.
It's crack-a-lackin'.
It's crack-a-lackin'. So I'm going to be Soundwave. I'll see what I can say.
I'm looking forward to you being Soundwave. Don't you disappoint us.
The weird thing is both of those are very heavily vocal modded. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you need my voice mod preset?
Maybe I should just use the voice mod preset. Maybe I should be like this here. Maybe I should be like this. Wait, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Hello. Maybe I should talk with this voice. I am a robot. Dave Livingston, you are about to die.
We are here. We are waiting.
Who's we? Who's you people? All right.
Aristotle, you hold the key to Earth's survival.
Oh, I do? Oh.
It's chicken.
It's chicken?
It's
okay,
chicken.
cool.
It's fried chicken.
Amazing. Again, great Dave Chappelle joke. He walks into a place in the South and the guy said, let me guess, don't say anything. You want fried chicken. And he's like, not only was I offended at the racism, but he was right.
Yes.
I did want some chicken.
I did want some chicken.
Oh. Both things can exist, okay? Stereotypes and chicken being delicious.
That made me so hungry.
It did, yeah. I am also starving. So, on that note, I will do my outro now with the song and everything, all of the music and things. Ricky, thank you for joining me today and having a chat. I think we covered some really important topics. All of the topics, indeed. Here I am. You know, I think we conquered racism.
I think we solved it.
I think racism is solved. You know, my favorite part about last year was me being... Let me turn off this doubling effect that y'all are hearing. You're hearing my camera phone. Turn that block off. Turn that block off. My favorite part about last year was when people would say, no, I really think it's going to change this time.
Wow.
And I was like, listen, I'm not as excited as you are about racism ending right now. Because personally, I will believe it when I see it. I will believe it when I experience more equity in society. Thankfully, I live in a part of town, in a part of the country, in a part of the country, in a part of the world. I mean, not generally. I mean, the United States is a racist country. Someone said this to me. I was on a date a year ago before things shut down, and they said this to me. I said, I would love to move to Spain one day, and they said, I'm not sure if you know this, but Spain is a very racist country. And I told her, I said this to her, I said, I'm not sure if you know this, but the United States is a very racist country. So she did one of those touche moments, but I was just like, hey, look, when you're brown, you experience life a little bit differently in this world. And you notice things a little bit differently in this particular world we live in. The settings. I don't want to say the factory settings, but the current settings of the world are as such. They are disproportionately not in favor of the brown skin or darker. So, what we got to do is actively combat it, actively work against it. Also, just bring attention to it and say, hey, this is cool, that's not cool. But last year, when Black Lives Mattered for about 4 months, I say, and I gotta hand it to them. Portland, doing great. Portland, the nicest, whitest Black Lives Matters up there. Great, good on them for keeping it going. It's good. You see the Black Lives Matter signs, and then you look for the black people. That's the fun part. But I appreciate what you're doing for us, Portland. You're showing up and you're showing out. Front door. Let me just... I have to let Kelsey in. She's here just in time for the outro. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
I really want to be disruptive, but I won't. So I'm going to continue this outro. But I want to thank Ricky for being here, doing his best.
I think she needs to dial the thing again. Is that working? Oh, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
I definitely didn't try and do the outro. That didn't happen.
You can try to do the outro. That's fine. I'm okay with that. It's a community effort. She just dialed my call again.
A 20-minute effort.
Yes, it takes... half the show is the outro. Half the show is the outro.
Saying goodbye is half the battle.
Right. Also...
It's so hard to
and
say
knowing
goodbye.
is half the battle.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. It's how could I love that song. It's a beautiful song here. I don't understand what happened here. I tried to... Here we go. This is there it is. Hello. Hi. We'll say hi to Kelsey. Hey, let's say hi to Kelsey. Kelsey, Alabama, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
We're just doing an outro. Do you want to tell us an anecdote from your day?
No.
Do you want to do this is amazing. She's been practicing this backflip that we've talked about. Remember?
No.
No, there's no backflip. There's not going to be a backflip today, ladies and gentlemen. There'll just be an outro.
Rude.
Thank you, the lovely, talented Kelsey Alabama. Please go follow her at Kelsey Alabama on Instagram. And also follow the Ricky Elliott, who is with us in spirit, in physics. In physics. It's all
6 feet apart.
We're all 6 feet apart in spirit. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm Aristotle Full Throttle, your bro with the fro, and I will see you all tomorrow when we have our guest, Michael Paul, and all that fun stuff. Good night, everybody.